All right, let's think about your body for a second. Not as just a body, but as a high-performance company. And guess what? You're the CEO. Today, we're taking a trip straight down to the loading dock to check on a supercritical, but let's be honest, often ignored part of your supply chain, your gallbladder. So picture this. You've just demolished an amazing, rich meal. We're talking a big, juicy burger, maybe some fried chicken. You get the idea. Then, maybe an hour later, bam, you feel this sharp, squeezing pain right up in your upper right belly. What is going on? Well, I'm here to tell you, that's not just a little indigestion. That's a high-priority memo from your internal operations team, and it is stamped urgent. Now, to really get what that memo is all about, we have to meet the main character in this whole drama, bile. Just think of bile as the essential oil that keeps your body's entire economy running smoothly. Its number one job? To break down fats. It turns these big, clumsy blobs of fat into tiny little droplets that your body can actually use for fuel. Without it, your whole digestive supply chain just grinds to a halt. So to see how this system is supposed to work, let's go meet the management team in charge of your body's fat processing division. Okay, so check this out, because the division of labor here is pretty brilliant. On one side, you've got your liver. That's the factory. It's a steady, reliable workhorse, just chugging along, producing bile 24/7. But then you've got the gallbladder, and that's the warehouse. Its job is to take all that bile, store it up, and concentrate it, making it extra potent. It's basically your on-demand distribution center, all ready to go for the big jobs. So when that big, fatty meal hits your system, that's the rush order. The gallbladder gets the signal, and it squeezes hard, shipping out a big, powerful dose of that concentrated bile to get the job done. Now, in a perfectly running system, this is all smooth sailing. It's a seamless transaction, the fat gets broken down, business continues as usual. But what happens when things go wrong? Well, what happens when that system jams? You get a full-blown supply chain crisis. And this isn't some minor glitch either. This is a system-wide shutdown, and it is the direct cause of that short pain we were just talking about. So let's do what any good manager would do and run a root cause analysis. Okay, step one, why is there pain? Well, it's because the warehouse door, the little duct leading from your gallbladder, is literally blocked by gallstones. Okay, but why are there stones in the first place? Because the inventory, the bile itself, sat around for too long and it got way too thick and sludgy. All this extra cholesterol and waste started to crystallize, and boom, you get stones. So why did it get thick? The system was either getting overloaded with junk, like too much fat, or the shipping schedule was all messed up, meaning you were skipping meals. And that leads us right to the real root cause, a fundamental systemic imbalance. We're simply pushing the system way beyond what it was designed to handle. And this is where it gets really fascinating. The problem isn't just mechanical, it's actually a management problem. So as CEO, it's time to call a meeting with You Incorporated, because we're about to shift from biology to psychology. See, inside You Inc., there's this constant negotiation going on. On one side, you've got your instant gratification department. Let's just call it your inner toddler. And it's screaming, I want that fried chicken, and I want it now. But on the other side, you've got the warehouse manager, your inner voice of reason, who's focused on the long term, warning, hey, this is going to jam our pipes and cause a total system shutdown. The goal isn't to silence that toddler, but to get it to listen to the manager, to align with the company's long-term health. Now this right here, this is such a powerful mindset shift. That horrible sharp pain, stop calling it a gallbladder attack. You're not a victim here. From now on, call it a system feedback signal. It's a high-priority notification telling you, the CEO, that your fuel quality is terrible and you need to change suppliers, like right now. Here's another way to think about it. Every single meal you eat is a transaction. Some foods are a deposit into your health account. Others are a major withdrawal. A single fatty meal might not feel like a huge deal at the time, but trust me, those transactions add up. The goal is simple. Keep your biological bank account consistently in the green. Okay, so we've diagnosed the issue, we've met the internal team, now it's time to roll up our sleeves and write that new operations manual. We'll call it the Sustainable Flow Plan. And you know what? The entire plan, the whole thing, boils down to one super simple core idea. The system needs continuous flow. Bile is meant to move. If it just sits there stagnant in the warehouse for too long because you skipped a meal or you're dehydrated, it gets thick. And if the flow stops, stones grow. It's really that simple. So how do we prioritize this stuff in real life? Well, let's pull out a classic management tool, the Eisenhower matrix. That sharp pain you feel in your upper right stomach after a meal, that is not something to just tough out. That belongs squarely in the urgent and important box. It demands your immediate attention as CEO. And what's in the important but not urgent box? Planning balanced meals to stop the crisis from ever happening. That is where the real high-impact work gets done. Now, I know making these big systemic changes can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. But what if I told you there was a shortcut? What if one small change could deliver massive results? It all comes down to the good old 80-20 rule. So what is it? What's the 20% habit that gives you 80% of the positive results? It's ridiculously simple. Avoid huge, heavy, fatty meals, especially late at night. That one change right there prevents the vast majority of those emergency rush orders that jam up the entire system. So let's put it all together. Here it is, your new business plan, clear as day. Number 1, keep that supply chain moving with regular balanced meals. 2, stay hydrated to keep your inventory, your bile, nice and fluid. 3, treat pain not as an enemy, but as a critical, high-priority notification that requires you to act. And maybe most important of all, listen to that wise inner voice of your warehouse manager. At the end of the day, it really all comes down to this. Your body is constantly communicating with you. It's sending you data, reports, feedback signals all the time. The real question is, are you ready to step up, act like the CEO you are, listen to that feedback, and make the executive decisions needed to keep your whole organization thriving? The call is coming from inside the building. It's time to answer.